Hi, my name is Katie Weatherup, and I want to talk a bit about the Shimmer Rite. And so the Shimmer Rite was something that my dear friend and fellow shamanic practitioner Mara received spontaneously. It was a spontaneous initiation from the guides that she shared with me, and she and I absolutely fell in love with it and shared it with lots and lots of people in the subsequent months and years after receiving this. And essentially, it's an activation and awakening for the heart chakra. And so in the Shimmer Rite, receiving the Shimmer Rite, the star beings come in and they flow their energy field over yours. So you're standing in the intersection of your own energy field as well as the energy bodies of the star beings, which helps to remind your heart chakra of its original capacity to vibrate love and connection. It's an upgrade. I like to describe it as the difference between getting your internet via dial-up versus DSL, for those of you who are a little bit more technical. But the gist of it is that usually our hearts connect in individual strands of golden light with our loved ones, which is beautiful. It's a lovely heart connection. But our heart chakras actually have this incredible capacity to connect as a field or a bandwidth. And what's beautiful about this is it's very effective for vibrating away any codependent connections. It's just too high vibrational, so when your heart's vibrating and filled with the Shimmer Rite, there's no space for anything that's lower vibration, that's manipulative or clingy or pulling on your energy to be able to connect in. It's just not compatible. And it can even be used to smudge from the inside. It can be used to just expand this vibration or this light or this energy in your heart, and you can breathe into it and fill up your whole energy body with it. And for those of you working in corporate America, as I used to do when I was an engineer, whipping out the sage, if I felt like my energy was getting bogged down, wasn't going to fly. But I could always very quietly sit there and just breathe into the Shimmer Rite and just vibrate away heavier, denser energy that may have accumulated around me or in my energy body. It tends to move connection into heart connection. So I've had times when I was having a sort of adversarial, tense moment with someone, and I had the thought, like, I don't want to engage this way, this isn't fun. And so taking a few breaths and dropping into the Shimmer Rite, in my experience, often produces an instant softening in the other person. It doesn't always work. There are people who are just, really, really strongly committed to the vibration that they're in, but for a lot of people, there's this flexibility and they're influenced by what's in their environment. So just walking around the world carrying the shimmer, you're adding these energies and frequencies to the environment, which is an invitation to anyone else to flow the same energy. They can tune into this note and amplify it in their own heart. So I'm very fond of being able to be in service just doing my thing. So going through the grocery store can create a healing opportunity for others without my having to do one iota of extra work. I'm just, vibrating the Shimmer Rite because I want to keep my energy field nice and clean and clear. So it's enlightened self-interest, but it also tends to leave the campsite cleaner than you found it as you move through the world, which is something that's really high value for me. For some people, I like to include all the warning labels. Occasionally, it's a small percentage of people, but some people get an emotional detox. If there's been stagnant energy in your heart chakra, this will gently help to clear it away. And if there are people in your life who are connecting love with a lot of manipulation, receiving the Shimmer Rite can destabilize those patterns, which as a healing practitioner I would argue is a good thing, but can be a little bit uncomfortable in the short term if somebody's used to being able to push certain buttons and get a certain response. One of the things the guides have shared with me is at times when we were part of a society that valued energy and developed our energy bodies, our chakras had a great deal more capacity. So you hear the studies that say we only use X percentage of our brain. I would argue we only use a certain percentage of our chakras. The installation of the Shimmer Rite expands the capacity of what your heart chakra can do. So you use more of your heart chakra, and it allows you to just be more dynamically effective in the world in terms of connection and joy and just lots of yummy experiences. Part of why I'm so passionate about shimmering just about anybody who will hold still for it and wants to receive this rite is that I create a community where I get to play with people who've had the Shimmer Rite, which is really delicious and wonderful for me. So there is admittedly enlightened self-interest about choosing this particular offering to encourage people to receive. So in addition to the Shimmer Rite, which is this activation and this awakening of the heart chakra, there's a guide that comes forward for each person who receives it with a personal download. It's a gift. It's their personal operating instructions that flow into the heart chakra and the third eye that help them to understand how to use this on an energetic level. It's not necessarily a mental understanding, but there's a way that it is a personalized set of instructions, as well as any gifts that are appropriate for you to receive. The more that we expand our energy body and create this, beautiful, clear energy field, the more of our gifts we can access. So there's a personal element to it as well when you receive the Shimmer Rite. So again, my name is Katie Weatherup, and I'm a shamanic practitioner, and thank you so much for taking the time to listen. You can learn more about me and my work at my website, which is handsoverheart.com.